This is The Sheepdog Concept by Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. Most of the people in our society are sheep. They're kind, gentle, productive creatures who can only hurt one another by accident. This is true. Remember, the murder rate is 6 per 100,000 per year, and the aggravated assault rate is 4 per 1,000 per year. What this means is that the vast majority of Americans are not inclined to hurt one another. We may well be in the most violent times in history, but violence is still remarkably rare. This is because most citizens are kind, decent people who are not capable of hurting each other except by accident or under extreme provocation. They are sheep. Then there are the wolves, and the wolves feed on the sheep without mercy. Do you believe there are wolves out there who will feed on the flock without mercy? You better believe it. There are evil men in this world, and they are capable of evil deeds. The moment you forget that, or pretend it is not so, you become a sheep. There is no safety in denial. Then there are sheepdogs, and I'm a sheepdog. I live to protect the flock and confront the wolf. Or, as a sign in one California law enforcement agency put it, we intimidate those who intimidate others. If you have no capacity for violence, then you are a healthy, productive citizen, a sheep. If you have a capacity for violence and no empathy for your fellow citizens, then you are defined an aggressive sociopath, a wolf. But what if you have a capacity for violence and a deep love for your fellow citizens? Then you are a sheepdog, a warrior, someone who is walking the hero's path, someone who could walk into the heart of darkness, into the universal human phobia, and walk out unscathed. We know that the sheep live in denial. That is what makes them sheep. They do not want to believe that there is evil in this world. They can accept the fact that fires can happen, which is why they want fire extinguishers, fire sprinklers, fire alarms, and fire exits throughout their kids' schools. But many of them are outraged at the idea of putting an armed police officer in a kid's school. Our children are thousands of times more likely to be killed or seriously injured by school violence than fire. But the sheep's only response to the possibility of violence is denial. The idea of someone coming to kill or harm their child is just too hard, so they choose the path of denial. The sheep generally do not like the sheepdog. He looks a lot like the wolf. He has fangs and the capacity for violence. The difference, though, is that the sheepdog must not, cannot, and will not ever harm the sheep. Any sheepdog who intentionally harms the lowliest little lamb will be punished and removed. The world cannot work any other way, at least not in a representative democracy or a republic such as ours. Still, the sheepdog disturbs the sheep. He's a constant reminder that there are wolves in the land. They would prefer that he didn't tell them where to go or give them traffic tickets or stand at the ready in our airports in camouflage fatigues holding up an M16. The sheep would rather have the sheepdog cash in his fangs, spray paint himself white, and go bah. Until the wolf shows up, that is. Then the entire flock desperately tries to hide behind the one lonely sheepdog.